Be ready to change yourself. Be ready to challenge your better self. Know that your mind can develop a passionate winning spirit, but not by yourself. We guarantee your family in love with your life, and you're gonna love all the grind. Lewis and Bars together, we develop your mindset with vitamin C for your mind. Don't you settle with what you know. There's much to learn, there's much to earn. Tell yourself I'm ready to fight, ready to be heard. Out of success and awakening rise. There's so many words that turn into prices. Be ready to change for the best. Step up and be great. Don't be like the rest. Develop your mindset.
Hi everyone, another Saturday, another podcast, number 57, Develop Your Mindset podcast. This is where we start. This week it's been really a lot of crazy week. Yeah, it's been a lot of development, and so Luis and I, we're not going to be working together any longer, but we're going to be working in the same market, same vicinity. But the podcast is going to be going on as usual. Saturdays we're going to come together, we're going to do the podcast, and so we're going to be working together in the market, and we will be doing together this podcast as usual. The podcast is very different than working together also, and he's going to be pursuing his passion, and I'm very happy for him. And we are more than working buddies here, obviously, and we're going to be doing the podcast. We're going to keep relationship going, and so today it's going to be combining with the experience that we went through this week, the last week, as of for Luis, and other revelations that happened, and we're gonna be talking about completely coming it from a different point of view today, and it's gonna be very interesting. Yeah, and then Luis, you can say a few words before we start.
Yeah, so welcome again. Welcome back to another episode. And yes, I am going to be leaving the company, but yes, this podcast will still continue going, and I will still be here every Saturday. And of course, we're going to keep the relationship going. And yeah, I'm very excited to, venture on to a new adventure and pursue my passion. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the podcast.
Awesome. Let's do it. So today, as I said, there's like at least 3 different points. As I'm combining it together. This is what I came up with, which is going to be very interesting. It was easy and not easy to come up with these points. And then the first we start, regardless if people are coming into your life or leaving it, be kind. So some of the people they don't agree with the last part. I know, I understand the be kind part, right? So a lot of people handle this situation a little bit differently. There are a lot of people coming in our lives, a lot of people leaving our life, and this is it's an ongoing thing for all of us as a human being. It's never going to stop. It will not stop. But if it's possible, if it's good, you have to keep the relationship, keep that. Don't destroy it. It's not easy to find people that you don't only agree with, but also you can find common ground, find language. Not only words language, but the understanding language. Like I'm trying to describe here more than the words. It's emotion language, and once you have that, keep it, don't lose it, because they don't come too often. If you have it, then if it's possible, keep it, and that's going to be valuable relationship, because later on life is not stagnant, doesn't stay the same place. It always changes, it always goes different directions, and who knows what happens later on. We need people to be able to do more of what we want to do or what we're imagining to do. This is where so people come in your life, they live your life, and then if you can keep relationships going, They're all different kind of relationships, obviously. Some are business, some are friendship, some are it turns out to be your wife or husband, but they're all different, they're all important, they're all not easy to come by. If you created one, make sure you don't just toss it and say whatever, it's not whatever, that's basically you're doing to yourself if you do that. So don't waste your efforts for nothing. Keep it as it's important and pay attention to it. So I want to start from here.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah, so so I think it's it's very true, like it's not easy to find people who you can trust and get along with, and who have mutual respect for you. So it's definitely like something that you should always keep in mind. And like sometimes people get into things like maybe you do business with someone, or you work for someone or something like that. It's like a relationship on top of that. Like, and so like regardless of what happens on the top, I think like the bottom part, the foundation of the relationship should always remain, because like you said, it's not easy to find people like that. And so once you do find them, you do want to keep them. And so sometimes but at the same time you have to respect people, and like every single individual has their own thing. They're all individuals. Everybody has the right to do whatever it is that they feel in their hearts. And I think that's really what makes us human, what makes us unique, and that's really what's great about life and people. So definitely never try to control anybody or try to make people think the way that you do. I think it's great that you have that respect for the other person, at the same time maintain that relationship and keep it moving forward.
Yep, very true. So we're gonna start from here, and then we're going to different kind of explanations about this, and also a bunch of other things that had happened. I kind of combine them all together here. So the next one, I have it this way. This is a long little explanation here, so I can say a few words after, which is, life is like ocean waves. When the tide comes in, you swim in, and when it goes out, you swim out with the tide. Obviously, you do the best job you can to swim and float, keep your head above the water. So this whole thing describes, of course, again, things we want, things we like to have, friendships we like to have, money we like to have, cars, houses, health, everything we like to have the best for ourselves, and maybe have some more so we can give a little bit more than we need to, we can handle. So basically here, when you start something, a lot of times the relationship starts with it, and you sometimes immediately become friends or colleagues, or like close, develop that closeness. And sometimes people, they leave your life for different reasons. There's always reasons, come and go. There's life doesn't stay the same. It's always stagnant. It's always transitory. It's ongoing. And when that happens, you have to not lose yourself, your mind. For a second it's okay. For like 2 seconds, more than enough. 3 seconds, you're dragging it. So just you have to deal with change. You have to understand. You have to learn how to deal with change. So this is nothing. This is not something you're born with. Maybe some people are a little bit okay with it, good with it, but not for everyone's cup of tea. So if this is not for your cup of tea, maybe you should a little bit investigate, learn about this situation, and how you can handle rejections, how you can handle loss, how you can handle something that you cared about, it's not going to be there any longer, and something that you cherished and it's not there. life is exciting. Life is amazing. Different things gonna come. Different opportunities gonna come. It's gonna create you. If you're after something that you are looking for a long time, it's gonna come. There are different revenues, different avenues, different ways those things can appear. So don't just focus on one thing and then drag and go crazy and lose yourself out of that one thing. Sometimes it's not there. There are so many like stories I heard, so many things. I would like to tell this one story before I give it to you, and then we continue from there. So basically, this one story, if you guys are familiar with, what's his name? Jesus, what was his name? Let me get it. If you have to fucking like, I gotta find his name so I can continue. There. If you guys are familiar with Earl Nightingale is 1970s, maybe even before that. He was very famous author, also famous. He made a lot of videos at that time. He was famous in motivational and telling stories. So he told this one story I was listening the other day, early in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning or something. So the story goes like this. This doctor wanted to raise millions of dollars in 1970 to start nonprofit, and he came across to this one story. The story goes, this farmer in one of those African countries had a farm. He heard about people are finding diamonds, and for him it was so appealing that he sold his farm and he went to look for diamonds. And then when he went to that journey, the rest of his life he was still looking for it that he didn't find, and then he got old and he passed. Now the story goes, the farm that he sold, the person that bought the farm from him, there was a creek, and then this farmer went and got some rocks from the creek and put it on his fireplace. And one day this man walks in, looks at the rock. He goes, "Do you know what this is?" The guy goes, "I don't know. It's a rock." And then he says, "This is basically that was the biggest diamond that was ever found on the face of the earth." And so there was so much diamond there. The moral of the story is the guy sold the farm to go look for diamonds, but the diamonds were all on his farm. Now we all do things. We all think different things, different ways. The moral of the story, you can take it both ways. One, what you have to make best of it. Second, if you're pursuing a dream, you have to pursue regardless. Later on, whatever happens, we're all gonna know. We're all gonna find out. Was it the right? Was it the wrong? So that's the moral of the story here. So whatever happens, later on you're gonna find out. There's no point of losing yourself, going crazy over things that you can't control, or that's how it's gonna go. That was a crazy story, and when I heard it, I was like, it kind of fits, and I wanted to put out there before I give it to Luis so I can continue the waves coming in and out. Go ahead.
So life is like the ocean waves. Definitely. I mean, like life is always, changing. Things change. People change, and that's good. Like change is always encouraged. I think that's something that we here at the podcast, we're always encouraging you, and that's really the core of one of the fundamental cores of the podcast. Is to help you change, to help you pursue the things that you want to pursue, or if help you find something that you want to pursue, or perhaps you already found something, so now we can help you pursue that, like with a lot of commitment and dedication, and put in the hard work and stuff like that. And so definitely one thing that I can say with this is that to always be open to that, always be open to the change, and never neglect it. If you feel it inside of you, you feel like this is something that you must do, you must make this change, you have to go here, you have to go there, you have to leave, whatever it is that you're doing, then go for it, if that's something that you're feeling deep inside. Because something that he always says, we're not going to live for a very long time, and we're not going to live 300 years, like he says. And so definitely, if you definitely don't want to spend, your life, doing something that you're just not passionate about, that you don't like. So definitely, if that's something that you have to do, then do it, because, you only have a limited amount of time. And, whatever it is that your purpose is, you want to pursue that, and always, looking to make an impact on the world, and, change people's lives in some way, shape, or form. So, yeah.
Yeah, most important, we have to change our life first. We have to become the best version, the best person that we can be, and then after that, it's all easy. Next is everything that has in the beginning has an end. Now, if you guys lived a little bit life, you're probably familiar with this. If you're younger, you have to pay attention to when you were 5 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old. It was completely different life, right? The beginning of that life, that from 5 to 10 years old, it disappeared. Then the 15, and the 20, and then you go higher. Every 5 years, 10 years, you are not living the same life anymore. You're changed, you're a different person, and you're adapting to that new reality, new life. So basically nothing stays the same. Everything changed. It's, look around you. Every 10 years, designs change, formats change, the taste people like change. Food changes, clothing changes, cars, the way they look, it changed. Everything changed. The earth changes constantly. Every year, it's a little bit different. 10, 20 years later, it's not the same anymore. So, basically, what I'm saying here is like, be that person, adaptable, right?
Yeah.
You have to be very easily adaptable to the next thing that is coming. Otherwise, you're gonna fall behind. Don't just sit and talk about how good the past was and how amazing it used to be, because you know what? Probably the next thing that came is a lot more amazing than what we are used to previously. And don't just sit and talk about the old. It doesn't matter. What I want you to focus here is like how I do it. Basically, how I do it is I focus for right now, and right now is the most important thing. The past is past. The future I can control. All I can do is just position myself as good as possible to get to that future, and pretty much that's all I can do. I can't control the tides coming in and out. I can swim in the tide and then keep my head above the water. I don't want to drown in that tide that it's closing on me sometimes. That's fine, and the moral story is just you have to create, you have to swim. You can't just freeze and just get pissed, upset. There's no place for that if you're creating something amazing. These are behaviors that you have to attain, and you have to use, so you can become that person that you're always going forward with it.
Yeah. So everything has a beginning. Everything that has a beginning has an end. So I think that's pretty much like the beauty of everything. That you pursue. Like it's the beauty is in the fact that, you know, it's not going to be forever. It's not going to last forever. So, you know, always enjoy it. Always enjoy it and enjoy it to the max, because you just never know. It could come to an end the next day, or it can be in the next month, in the next year.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just can't predict those things. So always, you know, whatever it is that you're beginning, or, you know, something that came to your life or something around those lines, always appreciate it, always, you know, give it your all, and, you know, always you know, do everything that you can, because it's just not going to be there around for forever. So always find that delight, always find that enjoyment, and yeah, you know, be okay with that fact. I know, because, you know, there's a few people, you know, who they just refuse to believe this. They refuse to accept that, you know, that's the reality of things, that everything, you know, it's going to come to an end at some point. And so, you know, you just have to let go sometimes. You have to let go and accept that, you know, something just came to an end, and it's time for something new to begin. So yeah.
Yes. So next is very similar, but meanwhile, when you were telling that story, I was thinking about a few things. Maybe I can put it here because it's very close. New beginnings are always welcome. So if you guys are maybe not that, you know, I was gonna say, if you guys are a little bit older, maybe you have experienced mom or dad or somebody passed away from you know, close family member, or something that you cherished, it's no longer there anymore, so you can little one.
Yeah.
Let's continue. So you can sit and reminisce and think about how it used to be, and then they're no longer there anymore. You can pick up the phone and call these people, this person. They're not there anymore, and that thing that you were so used to and you used to like really love and cherish is no longer there anymore. You have to move on. So at those moments, those times you are basically forced to let go of that attachment and then go on, and then live your life a little bit differently now, and you're gonna settle for it, and it's gonna be okay, you know, like. So basically you can do this while this is not really happening, but this is a mindset you can bring to the forefront, and then use it to not like hold yourself back and not start anything new. So basically, when things end, which they do, you have to be so ready to start something new, and then pursue your end goal, your dreams, whatever that goal that you've achieved for yourself, and then nothing will make you take your eyes off the goal. You have to stay focused, you have to stay determined, and you have to go pursue after it. So basically, be ready for something new, and when something ends, you have to let it go.
Yeah, so new beginnings are always welcome, you know. So yeah, always welcome new beginnings, you know. Everything that's about to start, and everything else that kind of you know, came to an end, always, you know, be open to that, because you never know. I mean, like, everything new always comes with a promise, you know. It comes with some sort of value, everything new that you're about to start. So, you know, regardless of how that new thing goes, you're still gonna learn something. You're gonna extract some sort of value, something new in you. You're gonna learn something about yourself as well with every single new beginning. And always look at it from a very positive angle, and, you know, always try to take advantage of whatever it is whatever that new beginning is, and, you know, be very opportunistic, and, you know, take the initiative, and be very positive about it and optimistic, and yeah, I mean, always welcome it and accept it and learn to let go of anything that may have came to an end already and that you have to let go. You know, just sort of let that go and embrace whatever new thing that's already heading your way.
Awesome. Next is be strategic about planning your next move. Now, a lot of things happen and we have to encounter that, or you have to not make a big moves if you're not ready yet. If you are, you're gonna go for it. Basically, what I'm describing is playing chess, or putting your money down and making a bet, or purchasing something big that you don't have that much reserves to come back right away, and that's a lot to put on the table. So you have to be strategic where you're actually doing this, when you're doing this, and how you're doing this. Now you have to, if you are not good in something, you have to go find a little bit help, you have to take a little bit of time and then go ask people what can you do, how you can do this. You have to plan before you just jump and do the next move. So this is something we constantly doing if we're doing something important. So I just wanted to put in somewhere in between the lines where strategy is very crucial, important. Pay attention to it. If you are not good at it, you better start reading some books and talking to people that they are good at these kind of things, and learn from them, and then eventually it's going to serve you well.
Yeah, so be strategic about planning your next move. Yeah, so well, what move are we talking about? Like just
shit. Every kind of move. Basically, in the end, the thing is, in the end, you are the one going to be the winner or the loser, and no one's coming again.
Yeah.
You know, it's all you. It's your move. You better make it right. So
yeah. So strategic. I think. Yeah. I mean, definitely. Like any. I would say just in general, you know, any move that you make in life, any move that you make towards your career, your passion, your relationships, you know, they all have to be strategic and always, you know, see where it's gonna head in the future. You know, don't just take blind action where it's like not leading anywhere, or you're just not very aware or very conscious of what you're doing. So always be strategic as to, you know, planning what's going to be the next move and what are you going to do next, and you know how that's going to really help you, you know, build up on whatever it is that you want to build up, and how you're going to reach your purpose, and how you're going to become a better version of yourself. And yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that you should always keep in mind.
For sure, you can't be doing stupid moves. Basically, the opposite is that, you know.
Yeah.
So this next one is a little bit combined with other situations that happened this week, which is like help people around you to bring security and comfort, so you can focus on the well-being of yourself, the company, the family. So this is the thing. So we all have some kind of what is the word? We all have some kind of leverage or some kind of power, we can do more. So when you can do something, and then that situation occurs where you can help, you can move, you can make a call, you have to step up, you have to do that move. Whether you're letting go money, you're letting go work, career, or you're letting go something that is very close to you, or that would give you some mileage, and you're not willing to pay the price, you're not willing to let go that thing to advance to the next venture, next level, you're gonna suffer. And Earlier we said you have to be strategic. Now, part of the strategy is you have to evaluate, should I keep this what I have that it's important, or if I let go this, what would I receive here, how much I can gain from letting this go. And then this is where you play, and then when you do this move you have to evaluate the pros and cons, and if the return is much greater than the chance that you're taking, you're gonna go for it. If you don't, then it's you can't complain anymore. Everything we do, it happens to us. So if you don't, if you know, if you do this move it's gonna make you better, but you're I don't know, I'm gonna say greedy, that you can't let go, you can't do that move, then you're gonna suffer. It's gonna take a lot longer to something happen and something go well. As you said, you know, we always say here, you know, you're not gonna live forever. So it's not like you have hundreds of years or 1,000 years. You gotta do this like quick, fast, right moves. That's what it's gonna take.
Yeah. Yeah, so help people around you to bring security and comfort. That would be to yourself, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so security and comfort. Yeah, so definitely, I mean, there's certain areas, you know, where, you know, you'll need, you know, to like I would say maybe I don't know, like trust someone, I guess, you know.
Yeah, trust is gonna be
there,
regardless.
definitely, yeah. So you definitely need to bring people like you can trust, you know, that can help you out in certain areas, because, you know, we're talking about the well-being of a company here. So a company is built on more than just one person, and so
For sure.
you need to find the right people who can not only perform, but also that you can trust them also, you know, that, and, you know, have that sense of security, you know, that they can get the job done, and they can and that there's somebody who you can rely on, and they're reliable, and they're trustworthy at the same time. So definitely, and of course, you know, you want to focus on, if you're, you know, the leader, the boss, you know, the owner of the company, you can focus on what you do best, whatever your craft is, and of course at the same time running everything and making sure everybody's on point and everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. So yeah,
For sure. So next is very similar, just continuing down to when you can do something good to others. Don't hesitate, just do it. So basically, we all have capabilities, and there are always others that they are not as capable of like you. So now, if you are in that particular that place, that time where you can help someone, and you choose not to, and you're gonna not care about that, then you know that's who you're gonna be. That's what's gonna come to you. It's always like that. Whatever you put out, that's what it comes back to you. So if you put out with good intention, normally, usually, the good intention will come back to you. So if you find yourself in that kind of situation, and you are able to put some kind of good out there, you better do it. Just fucking do it, and then don't worry about if that person is gonna do it, or from somewhere else, or that person is gonna introduce you to this other person, that it's gonna come from there, whatever, however it's gonna be. Don't worry, it's gonna happen. If you don't do that kind of moves, you're not creating those possibilities for yourself. So basically, if something you're good at, and somebody else is need of that, whatever you're good at, you just have to fucking do it.
yeah. So when you can do something good, yeah, definitely. I mean, this is something that I think we all have. We all have a specific set of talents and gifts and things that we really are good at doing. And for the most part, those things that we're really good at doing can also happen to be our passions as well. And so whenever you have a chance, you know, like always approach it from a place of, you know, offering value and, you know, helping people out, and, you know, coming from that place like, hey, you know what, I can really do this really good, and to me, this isn't even work. It's not like it's hard work for me. It's actually something that I really enjoy doing. Even if it takes a long time, it doesn't feel like work to me. It feels like something I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the process. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I don't mind doing it. And so whenever you have that chance, the opportunity, when somebody's in need of something like that, don't hesitate. Yeah, I mean, like, always be open to just offering that value. And of course, the more you're able to do this, eventually it's all going to come back as well. So, yeah.
For sure. Next, life is not stagnant. It is an energy that flows, and yes, you can control it by your thoughts, but also you must go with the energy. So what we're saying here, what I'm trying to say here is, life is not stagnant. It hasn't stopped. It's not going to stop. It's going to go all the way through. Your heartbeat's not going to stop. Your breathing's not going to stop. And a lot of other things not going to stop. So this is energy. It's always ongoing. It's never stops. It's a wheel, spinning wheel. Anything that is spinning, anything has a motion, it's an energy force, source. And basically, flow, you can control it by thoughts. Now, your thoughts are energy also. Whatever you think of, that's what's going to come to you. That's what's going to happen to you. So if you start thinking wrong energy, you put out negative energy, you can always think negatively. That's what's going to come to you. And end of the day, thoughts are frequencies, and it's an energy, aura energy. And be careful what you wish for. Those are the words that people use commonly. Those have meanings. The meaning is, if you wish something bad, the bad's gonna come to you, because now you're bringing that energy force on you. You are attracting that kind of energy. So everything we think, we have to think positive aspect of it, and whatever you put out, if you put out positive aspect of energy out there, and then eventually that would turn in the universe, in the cosmos, and then comes back to you in a positive, good energy manner. So here, just because you get frustrated, we get frustrated sometimes, just because something's happening, it's our liking, outside our liking, and we're not comfortable with. We don't need to get angry, frustrated, get elevated, and start putting all this bad energy words out there, and then that's what's going to happen to you. That's what's going to come to you. No one's going to come to your rescue. So you have to help yourself, give yourself the best chance to bring this kind of vibe, this kind of energy to you, which is good energy.
So yeah, definitely. I mean, life is always ever changing, and yeah, it's always going to continue moving on, whether you're ready for it, you're aware of it, you're conscious of it or not. It's always going to continue moving forward, and so you want to, first of all, embrace the fact that life is not stagnant. And also, yes, I completely agree with that. Yes, energy is definitely present pretty much everywhere, and so by having like those, like you said, positive thoughts. And I think you can also do this by, really choosing the people that you have around, because their energies can definitely influence yours, and things like the environment as well that you find yourself in. That's also going to influence your energy and your thoughts as well, for sure. And so definitely, energy it's always flowing, it's always flowing around. And of course, if you want to grow, if you want to embrace change, then you can always want to embrace that energy that's going to help you do just that. So yeah.
Not bad. I was waiting how you're gonna break down the energy part. That was good. Money is energy, okay guys? So watch and look what the energy return is, because money is energy that has a return, and accordingly you must make decisions. So obviously, when people put out money, you put out money. You want to make money. If you're not making money, you don't want to continue putting out money. So now you can take this money and then you can buy something with it that someone actually put energy making that piece, and then you gonna own this piece that someone has put energy to it, and then we exchange this money by getting different kind of energy, and we create this is the flow of money, this is the flow of energy. So you have to be careful what you do with your money, and you have to spend the money wisely. We heard this always, all the time. And when you put your energy down, you have to make sure you create something, a value of energy in that field, in that place. And so this is part of energy and part of you putting your heart, earn money, you put a lot of energy to create this money, and what you spend, where you put it is very important. So you always have to be able to see the return, and make sure you understand this. And then when you spend your money, spend it wisely. The money is for spending, the money is not for keeping. But when you spend, you have to have some kind of return back. So yeah.
Yeah, so definitely. I mean, money is energy. I see more money as sort of more of as a tool. Something that you can utilize in order to grow yourself and to expose yourself to, certain experiences that you may not be able to if you didn't have to pay up some sort of amount. So definitely, and this can come in like things like education, courses, books, and maybe you go somewhere and you pay to go in there, or something like that. You invite somebody that you want to really meet and you want to talk to them, and then there's value created that way. But I think yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely what he said about like spending the money is definitely true. You really gotta be very conscious and aware of where you're spending it, and always look for that return. Sometimes the return isn't always going to be monetary. So like maybe you invest some sort of money, it's not always going to come back in a shape of money. Yeah, in the same form of money. Sometimes it can come back as an experience, as a learning lesson, as a who knows, maybe you acquire something, or so something along those lines. But always be aware of what the return is. Are you satisfied, and is it really contributing to whatever your purpose is? Because that's ultimately what matters at the end. Your impact, your vision, whatever it is that you want to accomplish. So make sure you use your money accordingly, so that that vision, that purpose that you have still gets accomplished. It still happens, and you don't compromise it by wasting your money and throwing it, and then you don't have enough money left to actually make your vision happen. So now you're gonna have to go and take other means in order to get there. But yeah.
All right. So when you ask, you will receive. It's kind of like when we said in the beginning, this is similar, but it's going to go a little bit different route. So when you ask, you will receive. And sometimes you have to ask a little bit louder, and then there it is. It will appear. In those moments, you have to seize the moment, or size. You have to measure, seize, or yes. So basically here, when you say something, be careful what you're saying. Be careful what you wish for. That's another thing people say. So if you say something that it's not, doesn't make you feel good, that you don't feel in your gut, that was something that you put out, something that it's really good, knowing that it's going to come back to you in so many different ways, then you have to be careful with that, what you're saying. So, and the next is, you have to ask a little bit louder, and then there it is. It will appear. So sometimes we don't have to moan and then be very low voice. You can voice your opinion, and a lot of people won't like, but there will be that one person like, especially when you're saying something that it's substantial. It makes sense. You are on it. You are doing it, and then that person that looking for that gonna hear it. They're gonna come to you. Don't worry. If you're doing the right thing, you have nothing to fear. You have nothing to hide. Be loud. Speak up. And next is, in those moments, you have to seize the moments. So when you're loud, when you're putting good intention out there, something that it makes you feel good, knowingly that that's going to come back to you. If that person appeared, that person comes to you, you have to take that moment and turn it into something important. There's so many different things people use, make what did they say? Like make lemonade from lemon, you know? Like don't just stare at the lemon and then what is this? Just take it, turn it into lemonade and sell it, make some money, or drink it, or like do something with it. So these are things that we went through this week, and then this actually worked out and happened in a right way, in a positive way. And so I'm putting this out there for you guys to understand that this is actually happens, and I want you guys to practice and for something good happen to you.
Yes. Where are we? Oh yeah. When you ask, you will receive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ask for what you asked? What are you going to?
I asked to, I asked to find something that I really loved, like I want to make an impact, I want to find that thing that I really want to, I want to contribute, that's really what I put importance to first, can I make an impact? Can I make a difference? Can I do something here? Because here's the thing, like, that has to be first for me, because I know it's going to take a lot of work. I know it's going to be hard work. I know it's not going to be easy. And so it has to be something that it's really congruent and that I really love, that I have a passion for, in order for me to push myself enough so that I can actually create the value. Because, the thing is that, you being able to offer value through your passion doesn't always, it takes a lot of work. You really have to spend a lot of years and really, perfecting your craft, that way, after a few years, people can really take a massive value from you. And so, and you'll be able to deliver that value as well, because you're experienced and you've gone through the journey and you understand it. And so definitely, like, you definitely have to put this in your mind, though. You always have to have that initiative and always capitalize on that and ask yourself, like, what is it that you want? And so always be on the search of that. And once you do, of course, when that moment comes, of course, make the most out of it. And sometimes, these opportunities come, when you have a chance to actually take an opportunity to go and do such a thing, for this instance, obviously, it wasn't an easy decision, to leave the company. It really wasn't, because, I feel pretty comfortable here, and I love the people that I work with, and, they're very good friends of mine. And so, it's not something that's easy, but there was an opportunity, there was a moment, and this moment wasn't going to be around for that long, because, that was like a one-shot thing, either you're going to take it or you're not. And so it was something that I really thought, and I figured that it was going to be something that was going to be good for me and for everybody, because I want to be in a place where I actually know that I'm going to be able to, push myself. And so, whoever comes here is going to, they're going to have the passion to do exactly just that. And that's going to help them, of course, be successful. And that's ultimately what I want for them. I want them to find someone who's going to push themselves and, ultimately make this company successful, and so, and don't let the ego, of course, get in the way, because sure, I know that was me there, and I tried, but that's I recognize that that is not something that I'm very passionate about. And if there's somebody who has that passion, I am not gonna get in the way of that. Like if there's somebody who's passionate about it and they're really, they have that desire, that hunger to make it work, then by all means, like for me, the vision of the company, that matters more to me than just me, having a job here. That's so definitely, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like life is like an ocean, waves coming in and out. We never know what's going to happen next month, next year, 10 years.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen? We might be doing some kind of other venture. It's always something, right? If you have that connection, that understanding, there's always something's happening. Life is ongoing.
Yeah.
It never stops. Some things end, something starts, never stops ending, never stops starting. So we shall see. So next is every good opportunity creates new opportunity, and every bad opportunity creates good opportunities. As you guys know, in the beginning I said, always look at it in a right, positive point of view. So if it was a good opportunity, create another good opportunity after it. If it's a bad opportunity, turn it into good opportunity. If you don't know how to do it, there's a lot of ways to do this. You can learn how to do this. This is a learning behavior. You have to look at it always positively.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so where was I? So I'm gonna continue. I don't know where I left off, but so use good opportunity to create something good, and then use even sometimes bad opportunities, you can turn it into good opportunity, because you know what, later on when that thing happens again, you're gonna understand it, you're gonna be familiar with it, and you're not gonna budge into it, or you're not gonna agree to it, you're not gonna do it. So basically that's a good opportunity, because you learn what's not working, what's bad, what doesn't work. And once you understand that becomes your gain, that's a positive thing, because that's where it ends, right? You don't allow that to reoccur for the future. So what happens is here, you take everything positively. It doesn't matter especially doesn't matter when there is no hurt on a human being, like how I always say, no one died, that's fine, let's do it again. If it was money, if it was unfortunately time, which is more valuable, you just have to come back and strategize, and then redo it again. So basically here the moral of the story is, every good opportunity creates new opportunity, every bad opportunity creates new opportunity. So don't forget that.
Yeah, so this is definitely very true. I mean, so every good opportunity creates a new opportunity. I like to see every opportunity as an opportunity, and really, I think it really depends on the individual. Really depends on how they decide to, the perspective that the individual has towards the opportunity, because the opportunity is always there. There's opportunities everywhere, really. If only you take the time to really, search for them, and you make that conscious decision, like, okay, I'm looking for opportunity in this area or in this area. If you're able to focus, you'll be able to find that opportunity, and it's really up to you to really decide if this is a positive opportunity or not a very good one. But at the end of the day, you really have to know like where is it that you're going, where is it that you're heading, and pretty much, there's opportunities out there that are going to help you, get closer to your goal, to your purpose, and there's opportunities that are going to take you in a whole different direction. So you have to, know like where you're going. That way you're able to, take on the right opportunities and pretty much ignore the ones that are not going to be useful, that are not going to contribute to your purpose. So definitely like pick your opportunities wisely, and of course always with a positive mindset. Of course, always be positive as to what opportunities out there.
Alrighty. So next one is also amazing question here. This morning I was listening to this book, probably 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, and this was amazing, and I thought this has to lot to do with what we went through this week, what the new change is about to embark on this company. Your mind, your thoughts, they become real. Be careful what you think about, right? That's what's going to happen to you most of the time. Whatever you go after, that's what's going to happen to you. So basically, if you go after, I don't know, collecting rocks, that's what you're gonna have. You're gonna have rocks. If you go after money, you're gonna have money. If you go after complaining, you're gonna have a lot of complaints. You're gonna be really good at it. Whatever you go after, right? So if you go after a lot of, I don't want to say anything crazy, but if you go something crazy, something's crazy gonna happen to you. Be careful with that. So your mind, your thoughts, they become real. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you think about. That's gonna happen to you. Your thoughts are energy. The energy travels. The energy travels into those places that you are thinking about, and then those comes back to you, because that's what you're calling. That's your energy you're putting out there. You're calling to this certain frequency, and when it comes back to you, that's what you're gonna experience. And then a lot of people, they can't stop saying about certain things, and they complain that happens to them all the time. For 10 years, they're having accidents, tickets, bad lucks, this and that. Stop thinking about it. Stop driving fast. Stop thinking that it's going to happen to you. See how it changes. Basically, be the person that you can control what's coming to you. Be the boss of your life. If that's another way of saying, And basically that's it, man. Be careful what we wish for. If you want something good to happen to us, you just have to do good, put good vibes, good positive out there. Stay focused. Just do that more often. Don't worry about if it's not coming, it's coming. When it's gonna come, don't worry about that. Just keep on doing it. It's gonna come. Believe me, you will get it.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is very true. Like, I think this is one of the places where I really experienced this was really when I was pursuing personal development and pretty much like the motivational life for the first time. That was before that I was telling myself, like, I didn't like motivation. I didn't like inspirational speeches, funny enough, like before I even started this journey of pursuing that. I actually hated it. Every time I would see somebody like talk very motivational, I'd be like, man, those people are fake. They're just creating that's all like made up and stuff, like that doesn't exist. Like, there's no way you can have like a happy, great life. There's all this, like, you're kind of just born with it and all these things. Yes. And so I kind of had all those thoughts, and I would repeat those things to myself, and I would repeat it to other people too. Like, like it was almost like either you were born with it or you weren't, and pretty much that's what it was. Either you were lucky or you weren't lucky, and that was pretty much it. You were pretty much you're stuck, with whatever it is that you're already able to do and where you're not. And it was really until like I started to change those things, those thoughts, that, you know, I started to implement new ones, and I started to share those with other people. You know, that's really when it started to really I started to shift and really make a change in that. But this is very true though. Like anything that you tell yourself, your thoughts, or the things that you tell other people, you know, that's pretty much what's going to continue happening if you keep on like doing that. Because you're in of itself, you know, you by saying it and thinking about it all the time, you're like manifesting that onto yourself. So, you know, if you want to stop that, you're gonna have to make a transition and stop, you know, thinking that, or and telling other people, you know, those type of things, and start telling them, you know, start telling other people and start thinking about the things that you actually do want. And, you know, you'll see a difference. Of course, you know, you got to combine it with some sort of action. You can't just be thinking and telling other people, but, you know, it does make a difference. You know, that's definitely one of the things that you really want to keep in check.
Yep. So next is similar, but this question came in here because of an experience I had this week, opportunity that I had this week actually. Basically, it goes like this: what you give, you will receive. Don't forget that. It's always like that. Meaning, give your all and don't worry about how it's going to come. So now, this week I had opportunity that I could actually do something amazing, something great, knowingly that when I do that, I'm going to receive 10 times more. Now, long time ago, I did not do this. I didn't understand that this is how it worked. Even afterwards, when I learned that this is how it worked, I didn't do it. Still, I didn't do it because it was not easy to let go something tangible, something important. So this week I had an opportunity to put an energy out where that energy gonna bring comfort to somebody, somewhere, some organization, and that organization, that somebody is not gonna forget, and not gonna, in Armenian we say, it's not gonna stay under. So it's always gonna come rise above. And listen, if I didn't train myself, if I didn't understand this, if I didn't understand to let go something tangible, something important to me, that would never. I would never experience the return back. So there's always that thing you have to let go. If you're not willing, you're not going to experience this fully. You know, it's not only mind thought, but it's also some kind of energy you have to let go.
I think this really comes down to like really looking at like beneath the core of whatever it is that you're offering. You know, so. You know, yes, you know, you may have your talents, and you may have, you know, whatever it is that you really like to do and that you can offer. But underneath all that, there's, at the core, it's all value. You know, you're always giving value. And so, you know, when you put out a lot of value, you know, eventually, you know, you're going to get value back, because, you know, that's really how it works out. You know, you're always out there, you know, whatever it is that you really know how to do really well, you're always out there, and always do it from a place of like really wanting to actually, you know, offer your value. Because as we spoke in the previous point, you know, we all have different talents, and we all are good at doing something, right? So, you know, not everybody can do it as well as you can. So always, you know, keep that in mind, that everybody, you know, sort of has their own thing, and everybody's really good at one specific thing. So, you know, it's always nice when everybody just, you know, shares that value, and always, you know, brings whatever they can bring to the table. And that's always, you know, respected, you know, because, you know, you just can't expect everybody to be good at one particular thing. You know, like everybody will, you know, be able to be good at one specific thing, or maybe a couple, and then you can provide value that way. But and then never worry, you know, how it's gonna turn out, because, you know, the reward should always be you just offering that value. You know, it should just end there, you know, where, you know, you go, you put out your value, and that's pretty much it. You know, you just gonna let it run its course, and, you know, you feel good that you were able to provide that value for that other person, and, you know, it'll always come back to you.
Awesome. So, as you guys know, we are a jewelry company, and we work on amazing, beautiful jewelry. And we have a website, Kabartsi. You guys can visit. Let us know what you think about the designs. We're gonna be working on new website, so we're gonna have completely renovated new website, and we'll let you know when we get there. But that's the company funds the podcast, so that's why it's important for us. Let us know what you think. So we're almost at the end of the questions, because this was pretty long questions and very different perspectives, and this is one more, and until we get to the core question. And remember, this is the Develop Your Mindset podcast, and this question goes: next experience and what? Next experience and people you're going to take care of it for the rest of your life. So be grateful and see the difference. So next experience and people you're going to take care of. Is this the right word here? Something's changed here. All right, so here I'm basically talking about next sets of people that you're gonna work with, friends or colleagues or whomever that may be. You have to take care of these people. Basically, don't neglect them, don't see them, don't look at them down, and don't expect anything from people. No one owes you anything. Whatever happens, it's your fault. So that's why that accordingly you're gonna do your work, and you're gonna not expect anything from anybody. And the best policy is when you take the fault on you. That makes you go out there and do better and fix it and develop it. So that's the best policy to have. That's what I would recommend for you guys to do it. If it frustrates you, if it makes you upset, it's not going to work. You have to, once you're done with your frustration and being not so happy, you have to come back. You have to say, okay, what can I do different next time so this doesn't happen? And then analyze it and work on it and fix it. Don't let it happen again. And there are millions of things happening to us throughout the week. And if you minimize those behaviors, minimize those things that are happening to you, that's always faster, easier to work with few instead of many. And be grateful. Grateful meaning no one owes you anything. When someone does something to you, be grateful, be generous, and try to do your best and make a difference, being who you are, meaning be the best of you. So yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm still trying to understand the question. Let me see.
Yeah. Well, very soon you're going to be working with other colleagues. And,
Oh, that's right. Okay, so I can talk about that. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah.
No, I mean, definitely.
Well, the best is you're gonna make it.
Yeah, definitely. So, that's pretty much what I'm there for.
And it's all girls down there mostly. You have to deal with it.
Yeah, so definitely. I mean, I'm very excited about the new experience, and but definitely. I mean, working with people. I think this is it's always gonna happen. I mean, well, there might be a few exceptions. There might be a few things out there that you might not have to work with someone, but for the most part, you're usually working with somebody else. So definitely. I mean, working with other people. I'm pretty excited because definitely I know I'm gonna learn a lot, and that's pretty much why I'm excited. I don't know if it's gonna go good or bad, but regardless, I know I'm gonna learn something, and definitely I'm gonna be able to apply that to the next journey, And so that's really what I care about, to learn. I want to learn.
Nice.
And I want to be able to contribute at the same time, and just do my best, and be able to make an impact there. And yeah, so very excited about that. And
The last part.
and like I said, yeah, definitely I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful about this opportunity, and yeah, I mean, I'm very grateful I had the opportunity here as well. I mean, I learned a lot, like a lot.
We learned a lot
I
together.
definitely it was definitely like a lot. There was a huge learning experience, and I'm very excited that that's what happened. And yeah, I mean, this is life, and it's always exciting to always keep on learning. You always want to keep on learning wherever it is that you go. There's always something to learn. So always be positive, and always be looking to, and always be grateful, of course, and see the difference, like you said. Yeah.
Awesome. So we are at the last question of this podcast, which is we always finish with never stop developing your mindset and carry on. So basically, developing your mindset is the podcast. Developing your mindset is all these questions, all this what we talk about. It's all about learning. It's all about being better version of you. It's all about creating something amazing, unbelievable. So sometimes there's no more creation left, so you carry on. You go on to the next venture, to the next journey, and then you start that developing your mindset over there. And like you have to have this mentality, that's this thinking that when you're developing, you're becoming better. So don't stop doing that. It's very, very crucial, important. I hope to hear the best stories from you guys.
Yeah, so definitely never stop developing your mindset. I mean, that's really what gives life its joy, to really continue to develop yourself and keep learning new things about life and about yourself, of course, because, the more you learn about yourself, the more it really pushes you to go and explore different things, because you start to change. And because of those changes, usually if you're developing your mindset, usually that increases your awareness, your knowledge, and of course your self-esteem, your confidence. So you feel like you can do more now, and every time you go and you take action, you feel more and more confident. Your self-esteem just goes higher and higher, and you're able to provide more and more value. And it's always like, it's really exciting, and it's really amazing, how far you can take it, so definitely. And this all comes from you developing your mindset, and always seeking for new ways of thinking and new ways of seeing the world. So definitely never stop doing that. That's really what's gonna keep you feeling alive, and feeling that you're still going somewhere. And it's not just for you, of course, it's also for the people that you're gonna end up helping, whether that's your family or whether that's whoever it is that you're gonna help with the value that you're creating for yourself right now. And so definitely carry on, and it's gonna be exciting.
Awesome. So we're done with the podcast, and again, Luis, thank you being you and being here all this time.
Yeah.
Working together. It was amazing time. I learned a lot too, and I would never forget it. And I want to take this and then build on it, make something amazing, better. Maybe later on, who knows? Life brings different places, different. It changes, and we might come back together, do something.
Yeah, for
maybe
sure.
different or the same, but it was a really positive and really good experience working with you, and I'm very grateful for those months and years, and hopefully we'll see each other again another time. Do work together. Yeah,
For sure. Yeah.
and thank you for watching, you guys, and please subscribe and follow us. We'll be doing this every Saturday, me and Luis. We're not stopping.
Yeah, we'll continue being here. And I mean, I want to say thank you for those kind words that you said. And I mean, I for my part, I had a great time here. I learned a lot, like you said as well. And like, yeah, man, I mean, it was a lot lot of ups and downs, definitely, for sure. I mean, in the company, but it was definitely everything. At the end of the day, it was a learning experience, and yeah, man, looking forward to the future. Who knows? Yeah, we may come back together in the future, and but in the meantime, we'll continue the relationship, of course, and
Yes.
And this podcast will continue. So we'll still see each other every week, and for this podcast,
Awesome.
and yeah.
Well, Louis is gonna be editing and putting some social media and everything down below. You guys can follow and do the likes and follow us. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.